Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on the signs of unhealthy and damaged natural hair. So let's get right into it. So the first sign is lack of elasticity. When you have a lack of elasticity, basically when your hair is wet, it will look like a wet dog. You won't have as much shrinkage. If you pull on your curls, they won't shrink back up. Your curls will definitely look more elongated than when it is dry. You could have a lack of elasticity from a lot of things. It could be from lack of protein, color damage. Some people get it from heat damage. It could come from a wide variety of things, but it's definitely something that you want to pay attention to before it gets too bad. The next thing is trouble detangling. So for me, I know I need a trim in my hair when I'm having trouble detangling. If my wash day is taking me way normal than usual, then I know I probably need a trim. And that just means like your hair will constantly be matted, tangled. You can usually tell how long it'll normally take you to detangle your hair on a good wash day. And if you just notice that the time constantly gets longer and longer and longer, your hair may need a trim. And after you trim your hair, you will notice that your hair is so much more manageable, and you won't even think that that ½ inch that you just cut off made a difference, but it really does. The next thing is a change in your curl pattern. This can also come from multiple things. It could come from heat damage, color damage, some things that can be irreversible and some things that are reversible. So when you have a change in your curl pattern over time, you may notice that your curls just get a little bit looser. And a lot of times people have a lot of different methods of trying to fix this, but sometimes you may just need to let go of the dead hair. Some people like to try protein treatments. I've seen people try beard rinses. There are a lot of different DIY masks that you can do for your hair whenever you're noticing a change in your curl pattern. If you just type it in on YouTube, there's so many different things that you could try for this. But if your curl pattern does not go back to the way that it was once your hair is 100% dry, I would advise you to trim your ends just a little bit to see if that helps. Or you may just need to end up trimming it gradually so that you have all of that damaged hair out. The fourth thing is dead ends. So for me, I can tell if I have dead ends when my hair is blow dry. Usually they just feel scraggly and just really nasty. If you look at your ends, you can see a lot of single strand knots. You could see a lot of split ends. I can just tell when my hair needs a trim. And the best way for me to tell is when my hair is in a stretch state or blow dried state or a straightened state. So you could try to stretch your hair out in any way possible and just notice how your ends are feeling, and keep in mind when the last time that you trimmed your hair was, because over time your ends will start to get bad if you don't pay a lot of attention to them, or if they're just constantly being manipulated and not moisturized enough. Your ends will definitely let you know, and that's something that you want to pay attention to, because if you don't take care of your ends once they start to split, it will end up going up your hair shaft, which leads me into the last thing: no length retention. So this basically means for a lot of people, they'll say, oh, my hair grows to my shoulders and then it just stops. For some people, of course, your hair grows at different paces, but your hair will start to break off if you don't give it the attention that it needs. And if you're noticing that your hair has not passed any point, like if your hair is at the same point that it's been at for the whole year, I would definitely advise you to try some type of trimming or just treating your hair with a lot of care, because your ends can definitely cause so many issues with your hair if they're not treated properly. If you don't trim your ends and it just breaks all the way up your hair shaft, you won't notice any length retention because your hair is going to constantly break off. And breakage is the last sign of unhealthy hair. So a lot of people mix up breakage for shedding, which can be very easy to do. But say your hair is about 10 inches. If you run your fingers through your hair and see a piece of hair come out that is 2 inches, you have breakage. Every time that you comb your hair, run your fingers through the hair should come out and be the full length of your hair. It should never be shorter, thinner. It should always be the full length of your hair. So if you have any hair come out that is shorter than what your hair is, you indeed have breakage. Breakage could also come from a lot of things. It could come from not moisturizing your hair enough, heat damage. You could get it from relaxers, The list goes on and on. You can have it from heat damage. Breakage is such an easy thing to get, and sometimes you don't even know why your hair is breaking off, but you really just want to try and nip it in the bud. So the thing that I try and do for breakage is definitely less heat, and you want to focus on moisture a lot more. And when you deep condition, I like to do it with heat. Whenever I'm noticing that my hair is breaking off or anything, I do add heat when I'm deep conditioning because my hair just needs that extra attention. And once again, breakage is coming from the ends of your hair. So once again, you might just want to trim off like ½ inch or something. So when you trim your hair, you really don't need to trim as much as people think. You could trim off ½ inch. I don't know all the other ones, 1/4, 1/5. I don't really know. But you don't necessarily have to cut off an inch in order for it to be called a trim. Not everyone's hair needs to be cut at 1 inch every time you get a trim to see length retention or to notice growth in your hair. Some people, you may just need to cut off ½ inch and you won't even notice that you trimmed it, but you will see that your hair is gonna get healthier. So those are all the signs that I have of unhealthy hair. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye guys.